What is up, Notary Nerds? It's your girl, Monica. Okay, so here's the thing. When it comes to government contracting and choosing your NAICS codes, you really want to be more niche than ever. And I am totally guilty of selecting probably too many NAICS codes on my profile, because I know how you're thinking. You're probably like, okay, well, I want to make sure I include everything that I could possibly ever do, because that way, if I'm, everywhere, then the government procurement officers, if they need something out of one of these, then I will come up in their search by making sure I have all these NAICS codes associated with my profile. And I get it. I totally get it. I understand, though, that I need to be better in that space, in that area. And what do I mean by that? I mean that I know better. I know as a marketing person that when you're marketing to everybody, you're really marketing to nobody. And it's the same thing with the federal government. It's like I've got 10 or 11 NAICS codes on my DSBS profile. I really need to narrow that down. I really need to get to my core competency, right? And what I'm trying to do right now is the courier work. But if I'm being completely honest, my core competency is training. Legit. I have, and what do I mean by core competency? I mean that thing that I can provide proof that I'm good at. I can provide proof that I am good at training. I've got the receipts for that. I've got all of the tangibles that they can look at for that. I've got revenue in that space. I've got all of the things that support that particular NAICS code. Problem is, I don't see as many opportunities in that particular area. So I'm being a little greedy, if I'm being honest, by using all of these other NAICS codes. And the one that I'm really trying to go after, I don't have any receipts in. I don't have any, documented proof in my capabilities to be a courier. However, period, right? What I do have the capability to do, and I'm not far from being able to do, is to show that my network, my nationwide network of the best, most trustworthy couriers in the United States far exceeds any other courier company out there, period, right? Not only are the couriers that are in my network the most trustworthy because they are, in fact, notaries public and they have sworn to do the consumer absolutely no harm, they actually have more couriering experience than a little bit, right? Because especially those loan signing agents who are in my network, that's all that they've been doing. And they have not only been just couriering consumer goods, they have been couriering routing numbers, account numbers, bank statements, bank information, last wills and testaments, very, very important information about people's, financial situation, right? So it's because of that I am kind of being bold by putting that courier NAICS code on my profile. Okay. So when it comes to your profile, you have to do that same analysis. Be honest with yourself, right? If you've got NAICS codes that go from, training to notary to sewing to whatever else, technology and all these things, that you're all over the place. Be honest with yourself, okay? And if you got an exception, like I have an exception, right? I don't have any experience in the courier space that I can just show that I've been doing courier work, right? But I do have an exception where I can show very clearly that my network is the largest, most trustworthy courier network in the country. I can show that, right? So I have an exception to that rule. However, my core competency is in training. I really need to try to find opportunities in training. And trust me, I have looked and they just are far and few in between. So I'm going to keep that NAICS code on my profile. However, I'm going to go for this exception. But with you want to do the same thing. Focus on your core competency. Focus on the thing that you know that you can provide documentation in that you are good at. But then also, if you have an exception that you can make, and it's a really good exception, kind of like the one that I am mentioning, then go for it. No, all they can do is tell you no, right? But should you have 32 different NAICS codes about everything? No. Remember, marketing to everybody is marketing to no one. Now, if you're not sure what a NAICS code is, it stands for the North American Industry Classification System. And if you go to NAICS.com, then you can sit there and put in keywords and search all day for all the different NAICS codes and get a good understanding of what NAICS code is associated with your industry. So definitely take the time, go to NAICS.com, start to do some research on what it is that you're good at, what it is that the NAICS code is for that thing. And then also, if you got exceptions to the rule that you want to try to put in there, absolutely feel free to go for it. But just remember, if you're trying too hard to market to everything and be everything to everyone, you're probably going to get lost in the sauce and going to be marketing to no one. So I hope this video helps, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.